Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today for Wednesday, November 12th. My name is Ken Shreve. On today's show, well, we're going to talk about a stock market that was pretty much a mirror image of Tuesday, another day where blue chips outperformed. Another big gain for the Dow Jones today. Nice day for Goldman Sachs. We'll talk about a breakout for Goldman. Looks like a nice move in after hours trading for Cisco Systems. So lots to talk about. But before we get into all of that, let me bring on our news editor, Ed Carson, who, as usual, has got three stocks to watch. Good afternoon, Ed.
Good afternoon. I want to take a look at BeOne Medicines, Goldman Sachs, and Interactive Brokers.
BeOne Medicines, Goldman Sachs, and Interactive Brokers. All right, sounds good. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the market here. And again, it really was kind of a mirror image, Ed, of yesterday. Let's start by taking a look at the Dow Jones first, because we had a 500 plus point gain for the Dow Jones index yesterday. Another solid gain today. First close above 48,000 for the blue chip index today. Pretty strong performance. Up almost 0.7%. Look at that 4-day gain for the blue chip index here. We'll run through the rest of the market, which really didn't move a whole lot here. NASDAQ composite looks like we're going to get a very mild distribution day here for the NASDAQ, even though three closes in a row, pretty tightly above that 21-day moving average. NASDAQ composite only down close to almost 0.3%. S&P 500 was mostly flat, maybe edged just a little bit higher. Not much movement here, but it did manage to extend its winning streak to 4 sessions, and just a slight move lower for the Russell 2000. You can see it gave back an early gain as it clings to support here at the 50-day moving average. So Ed, blue chips in control again today, and I know we're going to talk about Goldman in a moment, but it's not like there's been this complete rotation out of AI stocks. We're seeing some select AI names under selling pressure, but clearly a little bit of a rotation going on in the market here.
Yeah, and that's something investors need to recognize. It's like, yeah, it's good to know the general market direction, of course, but you need to know what sectors and stocks are leading. I mean, you were great if you were buying Oklo and Nebius and all these speculative, super high octane names, say in September, but in the last several weeks, those have not performed as well, and so you just have to recognize it. Biotechs, drugs. Today, the Dow yesterday it was drugs that led the Dow. Today it was financials, as well as, say, Cisco, which we'll talk about more, and also United Health. So there was some breadth to it. Nice action here. Nice right off the 50-day line. This is lagged traditionally, but having a nice move here, and definitely one that investors should be paying attention to.
Also seeing some encouraging price action in the NASDAQ composite too. Earlier this morning on IBD Live, just talking with, our chief market strategist, Mike Webster, again, just talking about that bullish support Friday at the 50-day moving average. And we do have the lows here holding above that 21-day moving average. Pretty tight action here. This is compelling action for the NASDAQ composite. So, pretty compelling here, pretty compelling price action here for the NASDAQ composite as well.
Yeah, I think for the NASDAQ and the S&P look fairly similar. The fact that they're holding up just fine, given that there are some of these frothy names have come off. Yeah, that's sort of encouraging. uh,
Hmm.
and it's just something again that there's rotation underneath. The S&P rose a little bit, but again, they're both not moving a whole lot, holding the bulk of their gains from intraday Friday and Monday, looking pretty good.
Yep, yep, no doubt about it. Now, we've been talking about some, some relative weakness in some leading growth stocks. Talk about FFTY, which lagged in the market yesterday. Let's see, FFTY took a hit yesterday, was down more than 2%. It extended losses again today, down another 1%. So you can see FFTY below its 50-day moving average. ARKK, which is another, proxy for growth stocks, that is also below its 50-day moving average. So it really is, it's not like growth stocks are selling off on mass. It's just
Yeah,
that there are certain areas of the growth stock market that are getting hit here. So you need to recognize sell signals when you're seeing them, and you have to be nimble in this market.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, let's also take a look here at the breadth in the market, because advancers and decliners on the NASDAQ today, they were pretty much split right down the middle. I think decliners basically had a small edge over advancers, basically split down the middle, though. Here's QQEW. This is the equal weighted version of the NASDAQ 100, holding above the 50-day moving average here. Breadth was just barely negative, I think, on the S&P 500 as well. Pretty much split right down the middle here. Here's RSP extending its winning streak to 4 sessions. Had the bond market that was closed yesterday, still not getting any economic data due to the government shutdown. We do have a House vote scheduled for tonight, I believe, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It is expected to pass, and that the shutdown is expected to end. A big drop in that, relatively large drop in that 10-year Treasury yield, back below the 50-day moving average, down to around 4.06%. Semiconductor stocks, thanks to AMD, that analyst day yesterday, Ed, SMH, nice day of outperformance, again up 1.3%. And AMD, again, pretty bullish things to say about AI. That had a really nice gain today, up 9%.
Yeah, and a lot of other chips didn't do a whole lot, but that's fine. But AMD was an interesting day two reaction because there was plenty of time to react to AMD yesterday, but the market decided after the analysts came back said, no, this was really good. So it was definitely a positive reaction after a night's sleep.
And then we mentioned the outperformance of financial stocks, KBWB, which holds a lot of money center banks. Tried to break out over the 80 level, got turned away a little bit. You can see that that resistance level, that round number of 80, got turned away just a little bit. Tried to break out over that recent high here of 80.03. Tried to break out, got turned away. XLF, another very liquid, popular financial ETF, did move above its 50-day moving average. That closed up near its high, broke out of a little downtrend today. So financials definitely seeing some money flow here. And then XLV, we mentioned just the tremendous run this has made. The initial buy here was on Monday, big move on Tuesday, extending gains today. Maybe a defensive trade, but that is where the money is flowing, no doubt about it. So, staying in the healthcare space, why don't we take a look at a big breakout today that we took advantage for the leaderboard model portfolio. And let's take a look at BeOne Medicines, ticker ONC on the NASDAQ. High priced stock here, closed at $377.47 here. This is a big company with a market cap of nearly 42 billion, but a good example of a technical breakout here. Do you want to look at the daily or the weekly?
Yeah, the weekly is where it broke. Both of them is fine. The relative strength line hit a new high. It's like the best in about 2 years. So you get
Hmm.
that blue dot. Yeah, there was strong earnings last week. It sort of popped up, pulled back, and I think if you look at a daily, you can see how that went. Yesterday it was like I can imagine some people wanting to get in there, but hadn't quite gotten above the short-term highs. But today, maybe you could have gotten early, but definitely with the breakout. And this one had an opportunity. Now it's extended. Let's be clear. But there was all day. If you look intraday, this one had opportunities. You didn't have to buy it right at the beginning of the day to get this name. It definitely just kept on building, but strong growth. And this was also stock of the. This was stock of the day. Today it was IBD 50 stock yesterday. I think it was added to leaderboard, showing a lot of strength
Hmm.
here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They have two main drugs, Brukinsa, which is treats of certain types of blood cancers, and then another drug that helps basically the blood's or the body's immune cells recognize and basically fight tumors. So this is an oncology firm. You can see that earnings and revenue very impressive in recent quarters here. The company, after losing a lot of money in recent years, you can see expected to turn its first annual profit this year, and profit expected to double in 2026 at 612 a share. And again, nice breakout from a shallow base here today. So we'll see if we can get some follow through tomorrow. And then let's also take a look at Goldman Sachs in the Dow. Big reason why the Dow outperformed today. This was a pretty nice looking breakout for the big money center here. Goldman Sachs, ticker GS.
Yeah, really strong here. I mean, I think banks are often an economic proxy, and you just sort of feel like, okay, the shutdown's out of the way, or at least it's about out of the way. It basically was right at short-term highs yesterday. You probably could have bought it, yesterday or right around there, but definitely
Hmm.
strong breakout. And there's a lot of big banks are doing well. You showed that ETF, but there's a lot of banks that flash buy signals, either breaking out or breaking trend lines, etc. So this one has one among the better earnings growth and earnings growth outlooks as well. It's not going to blow up people out, but it's a solid performer, and this is definitely an area of the market that's doing very well right now.
Yeah. Also, J.P. Morgan uh, didn't move as powerfully as Goldman today, but J.P. Morgan also tracked in the Dow, rallied 1.5%, maybe a little more sluggish breakout here, trying to break out over the 318 level. Closed at 320, but not as powerful a move as J.P. Morgan, but still in the early stages of breaking out here. So JP Morgan Chase, and Goldman looking pretty good in the Dow here. And then staying in the financial sector, take a look at Interactive Brokers, IBKR. Recent breakout over a 68.07 buy point right here. Breakout kind of stalled, hit that high of 73.35, came down, found support at its 50-day moving average. What are you seeing in Interactive Brokers here, Ed?
Yeah, this is acting well. It's when you can, it's not as strong this year as Robinhood, but Robinhood's struggling a little bit. Schwab actually flashed a buy signal today, but that one's just a little bit of a laggard relative to Interactive Brokers. This was just below a new buy point, 73.35. That's also a flat base. That's a flat base on a weekly chart, so it's just there. Just needs a little bit more strength. That's still pretty close to the 50-day line. I suppose somebody could have bought off the 50-day, 10-week line on Friday, but there's a lot of stocks you could have done something like that with. Just the RS line is at a new high here, and it just seems like one of the solid performance. You look at that solid growth that's been going on with this name, and again, it just seems like a lot of brokerages and banks doing well. This is an area of the market that's doing well, has done well. Just so it's there's a lot to like about the up down ratio. It's interesting. The accumulation distribution rating is a D plus. Now, there was a huge down week several weeks ago. Maybe that's
Hmm.
hitting it because the up down volume ratio is a 1.4. Hasn't been any tremendous volume weeks, but the volume has tended to be higher than the few down weeks we've had. So just a little bit of mix there, but I think this is definitely one. Just needs a little more strength and it would be actionable.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you mentioned IBKR in relation or in comparison to Charles Schwab, which is in a decent setup itself,
Yeah.
but we saw that relative strength rating well above 80 for IBKR. Charles Schwab lagging a little bit with an RS rating of 67. Relative strength line still well off highs here, but still in a nice long sideways consolidation. We'll see if Schwab can try to break out over the 100 level, but IBKR, you can see, it's just been trending a lot better than Schwab in recent months. Doesn't mean that Schwab can't won't try to break out here. So good one for the watch list. It's near the top of a pretty shallow base here. So Schwab, another name to watch in the group here. So. Okay, that'll do it for today. Ed, as usual, appreciate your insight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for today, folks. Just a heads up that Justin is recording his podcast today, and he's got one of his best guests in my view, Joe Fahmy. So that is going to drop tomorrow, as far as I know. So be sure to check that out. Rachel Fox is going to be hosting IBD Live tomorrow morning at 9:20 a.m. Eastern time, and she'll have her normal Thursday crew in tow. And then Friday, we're going to be welcoming back to the show hedge fund manager and longtime IBD friend Jim Ropel, very popular IBD Live guest. He's going to bring his enthusiasm and knowledge to the show, and looking forward to having him. So if you haven't checked out IBD Live yet, just go to investors.com/IBD Live. Ed and Alexis will be back here tomorrow for the Stock Market Today video. And we appreciate you watching. Have a great afternoon, everybody. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.